to me. Oh, I despise. 'Cause it means destruction of innocent lives. War means tears to thousands of mothers' lives when their sons go off to fight and lose their lives. I said war. Good God, y'all.
What is it good for?
Absolutely.
Nothing.
Get said again.
War.
Lord.
What is it good for?
Absolutely.
Nothing.
Listen to me.
War.
It ain't nothing but a heartbreak.
War.
Friend only to the undertaker. Oh, war is an enemy to all mankind. The thought of war blows my mind. War is causing rage within the younger generation.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Got to get started here. Some of you are saying the forgiveness plantation is looking a little doom and gloom. It's looking like a Castle Grayskull. It's not exactly evoking forgiveness or plantation, but you just don't know. You just don't know what it took to get here. For those that know the story, this is totally fitting. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate you being here. We're just kicking it back in the lab. It feels like a lab kind of Monday today. Some might describe today both loosely and goosely, maybe. Okay. Hey, what's up, Carver, Kevin, 𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔, Diane, Chaos Confessional. Some of you are not some of you are a little confused by the title, Forgiveness Plantation, but the very dark, foreboding nature of what you're looking at. Dark stuff. Welcome, everybody. Look, we're just kicking it back in the lab today, and we're gonna get to work in a bit here. I just want to say hello to the peeps first. Let me see here. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Just want to say hello. Welcome to the stream. We're in the lab. That means we're kicking it back. It's a little bit more, nonchalant, a little less scripted and figured out. So we're in the lab. We will be taking calls, however. Let me put and I did test this all out, okay? So this better not mess with me. 844-900-2229. Make sure you save that number. It is connecting pretty much now. And hey, look, you could call in now. Wait on hold. I will get to you. 844-900-2229. If you want to call in and talk. Hey, welcome. Very cool. So yeah, like I said, we're in the lab. I'm the American Anchor Baby. It's a pleasure to be here on this fine Monday. How's your Monday going so far? Like I just got finished telling the people. 844-900-2229 if you want to talk to the Anchor Baby. And hit up my Discord, okay? Just a little bit of housekeeping. Then we'll get right into it. We got war and plantation on the mind. Okay. Some developments. A little bit of Anchor Baby thoughts. Just a little bit. But I invite you to join me on Discord. The link is in the chat. I invite you to join me on Discord if you ever see me in the One at a Time channel. That means you can hop right in and talk to the Anchor Baby live on the show. And that's where I'm at. So hit it up. Link is in the description. The link to the Discord is pinned in the chat. That's how it's going down. Okay, welcome. Kilo, Alias, delighted to be here. 𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔, Santino, Terry, Hoosier, Megan, Nikki. What's up, Chris, Dropo? Welcome, everybody. So. We're kicking it back in the lab. I told you the number. You know, there's some news I kind of wanted to. Hey, what's up? Snake Pit Chatard. I know you. Welcome. War. What is it good for, huh? Hey, thank you for that. Appreciate it. What's up, rumble.com/American Anchor, baby. DLive.tv/Gorgonzola. And, of course, punchy.tv. PUNCHIE.tv. You can misspell it, though. It'll still take you there. Punchy.tv. Let me check. Punchy.tv. It'll get you there, I think. Look, PUNCHIE.tv. Come on. You know this. Mr. Pink, welcome. Yep. You saw the thumbnail. Well, it's not the thumbnail. The that first image there. The forgiveness plantation. Why are you? There's nothing to worry. No, there's nothing to. This image is evoking everything we need. Okay. Where did we leave off last? Actually, we left off. Let me think. I believe we saved Bill from his mind from losing his mind. And we started building our mountain lair. Jesse does have powers. Bill's mind was crumbling. It was at the verge of insanity, but I believe we've saved him. And we have begun work on the great mountain lair of forgiveness. Forgiveness Inc. So that's where we were last, I do believe. But there's a little bit of news. You know, all these developments, all these recent developments. What are we going to do? It's almost a little bit on my mind because I was having a conversation with somebody. And they're like, Nick, man, I don't know about you, but I really don't want to get drafted. And he seemed pretty serious, pretty scared about it, pretty serious about it. It's like, Nick, I really don't want to get drafted, he said. Middle East tensions. The U.S. is sending 100 troops and an anti-missile system to Israel to help bolster Israel's air defenses following Iran's unprecedented attacks against Israel. On April 13th and again on October 1st, the Pentagon said Sunday, it's not the first time the U.S. has deployed the anti-missile system to the Middle East, but it is rare for U.S. troops to deploy inside Israel. The moves deepen U.S. involvement in the growing Middle East war. U.S. involvement in the Middle East war. It comes after 4 Israeli soldiers were killed Sunday in a Hezbollah drone attack on an army base in central northern Israel. The incident is one of the bloodiest attacks on Israel since the beginning of the war last October.
Nuclear war. It's a motherfucker. Don't you know? They're talking about.
You know how it goes. They're talking about it. Squad wipe. So troops. You know, some of the developments, there's been clashes too with seemingly with UN troops and all that. What's up with that? UN troops. Who runs that? Oops. Who runs that? U.S. deploys THAAD missile system and 100 troops to Israel. They're deploying what does that stand for? Terminal High Altitude Area Defense. THAAD. Practically Chad. What is the THAAD missile system? Awesome. I told you Israel would get troops sent before Ukraine, says Kevin Howe.
THAAD, short for Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, is a highly accurate anti-missile system produced by the US firm Lockheed Martin. It was first tested successfully in 1999, and the US military currently has 7 of them, with an 8th on order for $74 million. While America's Patriot system is designed to take down shorter-range missiles, aircraft, and increasingly drones, THAAD is a longer-range weapon designed to counter incoming ballistic missiles, from mid-range up to ICBMs. At the heart of the system is a powerful radar, the Army-Navy Transportable Radar Surveillance, or AN/TPY-2. This can track targets up to 1,900 miles away, a couple of hundred more than the distance from Iran to Israel. And it's to defend Israeli cities from barrages of Iranian missiles like this that Tel Aviv wants THAAD. The most recent attack saw Tehran launch 200 ballistic missiles into Israel. Once the system sees a target, it will track it and then engage as the incoming missile enters its terminal phase of flight, the point at which it starts falling to Earth towards its target. And it can do this up to 125 miles away, even if the missile is outside the atmosphere. Although the actual figure is classified, THAAD is believed to have a maximum altitude of 93 miles. Unlike other air defense systems, like the PAC-2 version of Patriot, which use explosive warheads to take down targets, the THAAD system uses
the small arms. Can we do artillery? Artillery's a pretty big target too, though, huh? Can I be the cook?
This is a hit-to-kill method. This is what it looks like in action. The interceptor effectively colliding with the
Uncle
incoming
Sam, my skills are better used feeding the troops.
Missile and using the kinetic energy of that impact to destroy it. Each THAAD battery has 6 lorry-mounted launchers, each equipped with 8 missiles.
And that's just the missiles, right? They got troops on the ground. The exact details, not sure, but there's a strong show of support for Israel as it's attacking UN peacekeepers in Lebanon, carrying out U.S. peacekeepers, right? So, which is another significant, it's like, what the heck is a UN peacekeeper? What's your jurisdiction? What is this? The UN, always supporting stupid stuff. But Israeli tanks smash into UN peacekeeper base in southern Lebanon. As the Israeli invasion of Lebanon escalates, it has been reported that on Sunday morning, Israeli tanks smashed their way into UN peacekeeper base in southern Lebanon near Ramia. So those are some of the recent developments, right? Escalations, developments, keep hearing about it, etc. Drone strikes, 4 Israeli soldiers dead. Now the whole point of this conversation, I notice, from what I gather, there's a couple of schools of thought here, and the fear for some is the threat of a larger regional conflict that will bring in other world powers, Russia coming in to aid Iran. Should, let's say, Israel and Iran fight, and who's going to come in and help Israel? If U.S. does it, what does that mean? So a lot of the thinking is behind, is a lot of the discourse and some of the fears are centered around, I'm sure a little event that might happen. They're calling it the third one. The third big one, they're saying. I'm sure you've heard that. World War III. And the thinking behind that is basically allies, factions, and tripwires, so to speak. You got, let's pull it up here. You just got this area, right? Since we're talking about it, I'm sure a bunch of you smart people know all this already. But maybe you don't know where Iran is. Iran, Syria, Iraq, Jordan, Israel, Jerusalem. And, you got this region. And you got forces from Iraq that are in Syria, in Lebanon, Hezbollah. And they're all kind of like allied, right? So you go after one, the other one might hit you. Is the chessboard at play. But then these guys got to watch out for U.S. Carriers and U.S. material and now even personnel. And so then they check over here. So the region is a place of conflict that could turn into bigger conflict. The interests that Russia, China, and Iran have in this region, the trade they've built up, and all the conflicts that Russia has backed, notably in Syria, for example. World powers like Russia backing conflicts in Syria, a proxy war, showing their interests in the world that they are willing to fight to keep. Okay? And then, of course, you have U.S. and NATO, Europe, NATO, and that whole side, and their interests in the world. And the interests, well, they're right up next to each other now. Okay? You understand just how this can happen? Okay? The nuclear tensions, okay? Nuclear tensions as part of it, Iran's ambitions for nuclear weapons. So that's a huge part of it. Two, about the urgency and fears that, let's say, the U.S. and NATO side might have about Iran having something like that. Their threats, Iran's and even Russia's threats against NATO, should they do XYZ. Put your missiles too close, have a nation too close to us join NATO, etc. The economic and energy disruption of it all, okay? A war with Iran, if it involves attacks on oil infrastructure, the Strait of Hormuz, a lot of oil goes through there. We're talking major things in the world, okay? Just setting it all out for you. Just how these factions could form and what the thinking is behind essentially what some people are saying on what they think could go down. World War III, they say. And these forces, the actual amount of people they have, soldiers they have, active military personnel. This is like not drafted or anybody, but that's like active personnel right now. It's pretty sizable stuff, Russia, China, in some cases, Russia, if I'm looking at the right figures here, Russia has way more, almost 1 million more active personnel, like active military personnel. Now, they're, of course, a little more mobilized, considering they're duking it out over, Donetsk, Zaporizhia. Where's 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎? I forgot what you call that town. More on that later. They're more mobilized, right? So they got more going on. I'm just trying to express to you when you break it down, you pit it up against each other. It's not like it's just a walk in the park for America, just technology and bombs and personnel. No, it's pretty even Stevens. There's only a couple of things you have to tip it over. You got NATO troops and nukes. But Russia has nukes, and they have China, Iran, and etc. It's not really like, when it comes down to military might and the guts or the stuff, the stones to go through with something. I'm just saying, from my chair over here at a comfy place. I was talking to my buddy, and he's kind of freaked out. He's like, I don't want to go to war. I don't want to get drafted, he was saying. He's looking kind of freaked out. I don't know what else to do in those situations. I'm not trying to make him feel better. I'm the type of person to make a joke. What can I say? Just mess around with him. I'm just like, whatever, man. Get glory for the no. Do some jiggle peeking, Call of Duty, IRL. No. You can make jokes, but draft. I mean, there are drafts going on right now. There are drafts like in the earth, on the world right now. As we're chilling out, we're doing our thing. We're yucking it up. We're maybe even, I don't know. Whatever, we're just enjoying our lives. Yeah, there are drafts going on right now. Ukraine, they've implemented a full mobilization of all men of fighting age. So we're talking conscription, reservists. And it's in the, what is it? It's in let me find out. Let's see if I can. Just how many? How many Ukrainians? What's the cost? Congress.gov. Troops, deaths, and injuries. Ukraine war near 500,000, U.S. officials say. With casualties being around 70,000. I mean, I don't know if these numbers are... Yeah, whatever. It's Congress.gov. I'll tell you that much. What the cost has been to Russia, I'm not sure. Was it a good dent, NATO? Think you could take them on now with your... How many people you got? It would be a pretty... From what I can tell, considering it's not in a major edge or advantage of troops, or I don't know. I'm talking a little bit out of my arse here a bit, but it seems like it'd be pretty bloody, when you got the numbers kind of even Stevens. It seems like it's be pretty bloody stuff. And I appreciate you joining the Discord channel, but I'll when I unmute myself, that means I'm ready to talk. So sorry about that. Kind of ramble. I get to 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎 right now. It's my time. But where was I? War. Draftable troops. That's right. Just how many? How many does America have? Maybe. I don't know. According to, where did I put that? Where did I put that? Antiwar.com, 17 mil. Oh, wait, no. A theoretical pool of around 17 million aged men, 18 to 25. But wait, I thought the draft was up to 35. The selective service requires men aged 18 to 25 to register for potential draft. The age limit for service is extended to older individuals till 35. That's just a quick ChatGPT search, okay? Take that how you will. Try to give you the correct sources. But anti-war, 17 million, aged 18 to 25. You know, it's like 17 million is less than the amount of possible illegals on the higher side of estimates that I've heard. And this is a number I've been heard repeated over and over again. They say 11 million, 11 million, 11 million. And then I hear other estimates, 22 million. And of course, that's a number I've been hearing for years. And in 1 year, they let in almost 8 million. So I'll let you do the math. So you're telling me in the reserves of possible draftees, it's 17. Why is the number less than illegals? I'm just saying, like, I get it. Not every illegal is a fighting, is a male of fighting age, but something just seems wrong. You know, I'm just saying. John Siri, I in fact did sign my selective service card in Canada. I went to renew my American passport, being someone who was born in America. I had that going. Every now and again, I'd renew it, just keep it up to date. And one time I went, and they presented this little yellow card. It's a little yellow card, and the lady was like, "Hey, this is called the selective service. It's basically like draft war stuff." She sort of mentioned. I forgot exactly what she said. And I'm like, "Do I have to sign this?" And she's like, "No, but if you don't, they might come and arrest you." And then I'm looking at this and I'm reading it, and it's basically saying you may be drafted. And I'm like, "So do it." So I'm like asking for clarification. She tells me you don't have to sign it, but you might be arrested. So I just signed it and gave it away. I'm like, all right, Uncle Sam. I don't know, folks. If Muhammad Ali could do it, I could do it. That's a joke. That's a joke, Siri and Google. I will be there. I'll be there. Okay. I have my part to play. See, in life, in peacetime, I'm basically Diogenes, but I found a way to maybe be useful with Jesse. And then in wartime, I'm cannon fodder. Okay, we all have our parts to play. We all have our parts to play. Okay. We all have our parts. Okay. Draftable troops, though. I mean, there's not only drafts going on right now. I have a buddy who's afraid. Maybe even some of you are afraid. Some of you are like, nice. Yeah, you're right, Terry. That's a joke. Some of you are saying, "Oh, I dodged this. I'm dodging this one." Draft ages can be changed. Okay. They can be extended. Depends how bad it gets. Okay. I'm just saying. Draftable. Who's draftable? You've seen some of these scenes, though. You've seen some of this stuff. It looks like a movie. Operation Human Shield. You think so, Kevin Howe? I mean, my other theory is they'll just put me in the kitchen. You know? I'll just be slinging food. Let's go. Feeding the troops. Let's go, boys. They just give me a couple ingredients. And they're like, make this edible and cook it fast. And not just edible, like make it like pretty good, you know, make it all right, make it something we can eat, fill our bellies. Who's on there Russian? You guys aren't learning Russian. You guys aren't doing push-ups. You guys aren't learning Russian. What are you doing? Time to learn Russian. Do we need World War III streams where we do push-ups and learn Russian? That's kind of a nice idea. I mean, I want to do both of those things, whether World War III comes or not. Look, I'm seeing some of these scenes and I want to show you incredible stuff. I mean, it's almost like a movie. You almost watch some of this and you got to think to yourself, this almost seems like a movie. This almost seems fake. But you ain't never seen what a ricochet from mortar strikes. You don't know if those particle effects are from Envato elements or if it's real. You ain't never seen that. This is me talking to myself, obviously. You know what I mean? You think so? You think so, David Morgan? You know fooling? think they'll let me fly one of the big boys? I'll just show them my YouTube channel. Yeah, I got 400 plus virtual hours on the A320 Neo. What you need? What you need? Yeah, let's actually hope not. Let's not let them look at my YouTube channel. They might for sure put me in the front lines. I know. It's been bad. It's been bad. I think we had 2 major catastrophic A320 major losses of life 2 Fridays in a row. Yeah. So we're going to have to go back to mandatory training. You guys all got your corporeal forms back? So I wanted to show you some of these scenes. Almost looks like a movie. You know, if you guys have been following this, we followed this a little bit on my show. Well, on my, we were chilling out doing some stream some time ago. We were following some of these offensives, from the 3rd Brigade and also the foreign fighters, the Foreign Legion, I forget what they're called. The one that 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔 is part of, if you remember when we did that. When we did that, we were following some of these offensives. Here's another one this is the 3rd Brigade again. I got picked out some specific parts, to show you just a little bit, It's insane. Although I do have a caller. People are calling. Thank you for calling 844-900-2229. 844-900-2229. You want to get something off your chest. Speak about something here. I'm thinking in a bit here. My corporeal form got lost by the airline and sent to Atlanta. Yeah, that's a mess. Yeah, that's a mess, man. You're gonna have to just talk to customer service for that one. Just call the number. You already called the number. I don't know, just keep trying. But where was I? I wanted to show you some of these scenes. A little bit of it's almost unbelievable to see this. Get you some of the best parts. Incredible moments even on what they're talking about. Sovereignty. You destroy my home. A lot of things come up here, so I want to get through this. And then maybe we can kick it back. Look, people want to call. If you guys want to call, I'll take calls. But then we'll kind of switch gears a little bit. And we got some work to do. Just a little bit. See if we can get some work done today on that. Just for funsies, right? If we got nothing else to do. Huh? That should be nice. I think I have a Kyle from Massachusetts, though. How you doing, man? Can you hear me? Is this working?
Yes.
Hey, Kyle. So you can hear me. I can hear you. You can hear me?
Cool. Yeah.
I'm glad. Okay. I was having issues, so I'm glad it's working. How you doing, man?
Absolutely. Not bad.
Welcome.
Just enjoying the autumn weather out here in New England. How about you?
Kicking it back in the lab. It's a more relaxed show today, and war's on the mind, and it's kind of it's kind of thrilling in a sick way sometimes. In a sick way.
Yeah, I mean, they want you to be thrilled by all the war stuff, for sure. If that's what you mean.
Get glory. You don't want glory? For the nuts, for the nation.
For the nation. We're going to have another civil war. It's going to be great. Like, they want you to get so fired up.
It's true.
Ruin your blood pressure. Hurricane Milton's coming in. Ah!
True.
They want you to be so fired up. It's horrible, man. But everyone.
You stay calm though. You stay cold as ice, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I think like the Helene and Milton. I forget which one it was, but I had people down there. They're all safe. Everyone's good down there that I know.
Nice.
And it just heart goes out to to the victims down there in North Carolina and wherever else there were casualties, because it's just insane. Like, I downloaded TikTok for the first time in like years, and I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'm seeing like family and friends like posting stuff like up here in New England, like you can make like cool little videos, and then I see like sirens, and it's like photic driving. I don't know if you know what that is.
No, what'd you say?
Tactic that they
what driving?
Photic driving. So it's like when you see a commercial or a movie where it's like extremely fast flickering pictures and that type of thing, and that can really mess with the brain. That can actually that's another thing I was going to get into, but get
you all stimulated, ready to receive whatever they're trying to put out.
Yeah, get you stressed out for literally no reason, and also
that's some
ruin your brain.
What's that movie book? Come on, it's like they talk all funny, and then they put them in a room with a bunch of TVs. Clockwork Orange.
Are you thinking of They Live?
Clockwork Orange. Clockwork Orange.
Oh yeah, yep.
We're talking eyes. Yep. We're talking hooks in the eyes and everything. Like, you gotta look at this. Download this information.
Yep. Yeah. That's. I guess we can start there. So like, but what do you think about that filmmaker? How am I forgetting his name? The 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Kubrick.
Clockwork Orange.
Stanley.
Kubrick, of course.
Yeah.
So like, I've been seeing. So like, what do you think about like the way that they use that weaponry in Hollywood in the last 100 years, like against us to work on the subconscious? I don't know if you've studied it like
somewhat.
that.
I mean, it sounds like you're talking about just Hollywood, mass media, and its effect on the public, and its possible weaponization of it against America. For what end, you think? If that's all true.
Well, that's the thing. Kubrick he's a genius level. He was a genius level IQ, 190 IQ, like a huge genius.
No.
And some of those films.
No,
of those films are great, but they're like very intricate.
I'm just funny sometimes, and I speak fast, so people are like, he's a genius. But you were saying?
No worries. Yeah, no, I mean, like, there's do you know anything about the occult?
No, not necessarily, other than maybe a little bit. I guess I know a little bit about the occult. What are you getting at?
Like it's a branch of the CIA, and they use cinema, especially with people like Kubrick. There's a lot of, like we were talking, like smut in Clockwork Orange, really disturbing like scenes in that movie, and then there's also in 2001: A Space Odyssey, there was also parts of it where there was obelisks, and it was actually promoting Darwinism, evolutionism.
But
I just thought that was fascinating.
It is actually kind of interesting what you're talking about. It is actually kind of interesting. But what do you think about? I mean, you're talking about a very old concept, man. You're talking about propaganda. This has been around.
Right, but
around. This is. What's wrong with people?
Well,
what's wrong with people?
But I mean, like.
Yeah, but what's wrong with people getting propagandized? What goes wrong when you get down to the nitty? Like, you can go as far back as you want. You have ancient Persians, the Cyrus the Great. Going around and forcing people to either worship him or and then in the families, and if they don't, they're killed. Or what about
Right.
I don't know. This psychological warfare, it's been done. It's been happening. since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like,
100%. Yeah.
psyops,
Yeah, I mean, like,
Hollywood.
no, I know what you're saying. Like, it's not recent. Like, what you're saying is like it's not as recent as I'm saying it's recent. Whereas you're saying like it's not recent. It's actually thousands and thousands.
It's
whatever.
Yeah,
years
it seems
old.
pretty old. It seems some pretty old stuff. It's been happening.
For sure.
People getting
The
getting angry, populaces getting angry, and then once they're angry, being lied to, deceived, being cajoled.
well, those are the weaponry systems sucking all the lower energy out of them. Satan doing that, and all these old weaponry systems. But now in the 20th century, we have the TV, and then we have the radio. And
So how do we defend?
now it's really getting interesting.
So what do
How
we
do
do?
we
Is it
defend?
just over? Is it just over?
Pray to Christ. No, that's not what I was saying. No, definitely not. No, I was that's another thing I was going to say is like the world coming up. Now that we have the internet, people are waking up. Gen Z, obviously the boomers. What a mess. The boomers. And it's not their fault. But Gen X getting into office and Gen Z having the internet at their disposal so that all the public school crap, Marxism, they can just, they can research as fast as possible.
So research is the protection.
First time in 100%. Do you disagree?
Basically,
That's my opinion.
Basically, I like I'm not saying research is bad. Like, don't research, but I feel like there's more and more of that more than ever. There's more research people and people look at people right now. It seems everyone's talking about awakening. People are awakening. They're waking up. They're like they're finding out there's
100%.
microplastics in the food. There's microplastics everywhere. So now you can't control microplastics in you. You literally can't. You literally have zero power. If that's true, there's microplastics everywhere.
Right, but
it's in the brain. It's in the food. And it's like we're so woke and enlightened, and we have more research than. Have you noticed this? People seem to be waking up, quote unquote, more than ever. And then I look around and it's some new conspiracy people are living in. Whatever.
So you are agreeing with what I'm saying? Are you arguing?
I'm saying
against
no.
it?
I'm saying
didn't understand.
no. I'm saying I don't see if this research is really, because it seems like people are. I feel like I hear every other day people are waking up more than ever, but what they're waking up to is like crap and anger and not stuff you could prove. And
but and you're I'm 27. You're 24 or something?
No, I'm 30.
Or how old are you?
30.
Oh, you're
Yes,
30.
sir.
Oh man. Oh wow.
Let's
Dude,
go.
good for you. You look very young. Good for you. That's awesome. No, I mean, I just think that I'm the oldest
Anchor baby, don't
of
crack.
Gen Z. Like, all I'm saying is like, it's not going to happen overnight. But at the end of the day, the CIA, the Federal Reserve, and all these clubs of lifetime act that create these lifetime actors like the Obamas and the Clintons, like, it's going to be harder for that to happen again when all the information is right there in front of your face for the next generation to research as fast as possible.
There's
You know what
something
I mean?
about
Like,
that. Yeah, there's something about technology. It's almost like a Pandora's box. I'm noticing a lot of people were afraid about AI being able to really obfuscate and like lie and change and hide information more than ever. But I've seen it have both effects. I've had it seen a double-edged sword here, where in some respects the algorithms are being manipulated, but in other ways the Pandora's box is open and people are getting the AIs to tell them all sorts of things that I thought they were banned from saying. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. But it's still knowledge, still information. The people will continue to toil and fight, and the cycles of human nature will come up and down, go up and down until people wake up. So
I see a golden age. I see a golden age coming up where you know, all these you know, things like 5G, things like soy in food, things like just politics progressing, like us getting back to
That's not
where our
stopping World War
grandparents
III,
were at.
man. And I'm not saying it's happening, but I'm being hyperbolic specifically right now to illustrate something. It's like we're awake on we know about microplastics. Like, dude, people are angry and
No,
hateful
100%.
and believe lies, and they're crazy. But Kyle, man, I appreciate your
Absolutely,
call. Just talking it
yeah.
out here a little bit. Hey, call me again, man, and call. You know what I'm interested in? I'm interested in all those CIA Hollywood stuff you're talking about. What happened in the population? What was the moment that they started believing the lies? Where did they go wrong? That's what I'm interested in, because you're talking about the oldest thing in the book: propaganda, lying to the public,
I'll make it
using
super
public.
quick.
Hold on, using public opinion and using people, lying to them, deceiving whole peoples, and war. You're talking about the oldest thing in the book, and everything you just said is not stopping that.
No, 100%.
But thanks for your
thank
call,
you
man.
so
Last
much,
thing, and then we gotta go. Go ahead.
Nick, everyone promote, everyone like the stream that's watching, because if you don't support what you love, it won't develop. It won't grow. We need more channels like this. But I'm just gonna say,
Thank you,
really
man.
quickly,
Appreciate the endorsement.
it's
on.
CIA, MK Ultra are the same thing. And are you still there?
I'm big time here, man. I'm hearing everything you said. Thank you for that, Kyle.
Yep. CIA. So MK Ultra comes out of CIA. The creation of the TV is how it was MK Ultra's biggest weapon, and that's how they did the JFK thing and the 9/11 thing on repeat to really traumatize certain generations. And
you gotta call me back, Kyle, and explain some of this to me, because you lost me. You gotta hold my hand and bring me through it. You gotta hold my hand and bring me through it, because if what you're saying is true, then you'll bring us through it and blow all of our minds, man. Hey, appreciate your call, man.
I've been doing some deep research on it. Not just saying stuff. But
no, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Nice
You call me
night,
back,
Nick.
and we'll you'll walk me through that. See if it makes sense. Hey, Kyle, call me again, sir.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Oops, sorry about that. Thank you. Appreciate that, Harmony. Hey, I almost forgot. Holy, what the? Harmony says, happy Thanksgiving. It's Canadian Thanksgiving. Didn't you know this? Don't you know the Canadians, the Canucks? They are, in fact, celebrating Thanksgiving. And I bet you it's like, I feel like I used to know. But I bet you this is like a Europe. It's one of those, one of their European. You know how the Canadians up there, they're basically like Europeans a little bit. They spell it COLOUR. They say, for example, they say some things that are like kind of like European, like English. And I bet you this funny Thanksgiving stuff where they have in Thanksgiving in October. I bet you it has something to do with being all English about it. Okay. But look, I wanted to show you some of these scenes. Look, it's you might think it's a movie. You might think this is a movie. This is not real, but people are drafted. This stuff is happening. Like I was saying earlier, some of the brigades we've been following some time ago, this is the 3rd Brigade. And they call this the last phase of the 2023 offensive. Take that how you will, because although they seem to have, from what I can gather, the Ukrainians had some pretty successful operations, but in general, this spring offensive was supposed to be the big offensive that really, really sticks it to Russia. I don't know. My impression is the reaction from Washington is they're not impressed, because they're not even paying attention to Ukraine anymore, and they're like, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna keep going the way you want to do things, Zelensky. We're gonna do things a little bit different, and that's the impression I've been getting from Washington lately. Take it how you will. That being said, the 3rd Brigade, intense stuff. We've watched some of this, and this has to do with a village called Andriivka. and 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎, a village taken by the Russians, but then taken back successfully in this operation by the 3rd Brigade and others. But yeah, I'll use the map a little bit. Donetsk and that whole region, the big old region where they're duking it out. And it's some pretty close, visceral stuff. It's not, you're not taking shots from thousands of yards away. You're not in a desert waiting for air. No, you are up against these people. You're smelling them. You're shooting them. It's crazy. This is them in like a little hole, though. Artillery strikes. You just...
Він біля 300-го. Посунься ще трошки, Гаррі.
You just don't imagine some of this stuff.
Йобана залупа. А, сука.
There's probably some swearing in Russian and stuff, so yeah, I don't know Russian, so.
Живий? Да. Живий?
Сука!
Ну в'їбало десь по них орієнтовно. Цілий?
This is a girl. That's a female here.
Цілий?
Let me take my camera off. That's actually a female soldier. I mean, it doesn't make me...
Куди в'їбало?
Там.
It's a different language, but you might see the captions here if you need to see. I'll try and say what's important. That's hurting her ear. Ouch!
А, ніхуя собі, вони вже пішли. Бать, пацани, нахуй.
Just kind of wanted you to get the vibes a little bit here from this artillery stuff. Here's an incredible moment where in one view these soldiers from the 3rd Brigade are actually right up against, they're flowing into some terrain, some forested area, and they're right up against the enemy in this one.
Сука, давай! Эдос, потягивай справа вперед, да под куч, понял? Потягивай. Блядь, пидор высовывай каску перед тобою! Сука! Заебашь его!
Take him out, take him out. He's pointing out someone he just saw. They're right in front of him, right in front of them. He's like, take him out. I just saw the top of his head. They're starting to take positions around this. Throwing grenades. He's in front of you, he says.
Він руку висунув! Руку! Дай бачу! Пацани, підтягуйте!
I mean, these kinds of views are incredible. Whatever you gotta say.
Братан, термобар закинеш?
Throwing in a thermobaric nade. He tosses it to his buddy. It's like throwing a big bad one.
Граната!
I'll let you watch a bit, then we'll skip to the next part.
По-сомалійськи хуярить! 2 метри, Він відкидує, пацани! Його треба завалити, нахуй!
Finish him off, he's stunned.
Сука!
In a situation like this, you have to. You gotta be like bloodthirsty. You'd be like, finish him, finish the effing get right now. And you're like usually a nice guy, but you know. So he's right over this ridge. Over this ridge, there's a hole in a nest, basically.
Отут підар сидить, сука. Я йому гранату уїбало. Уйобі, ще вилазить не хоче.
This itch head, crawl out, itch. He's yelling at him. Check out what he says here. This is important. They're trying to communicate with this guy who's holed up. You know, that guy who's holed up has a nasty position, right? If they got to clear him out, you know, he's up against multiple people. He's got like no chance, but he can still do some damage on his way out. And that's not something they're willing to take on. Would you? I think that's a compensator on his AK-12. I think we'll see. We'll see if I can make sense of this later. I think that's just a compensator. That might be a 74U. I know that 5.45 is like the Ukrainian and Russian small arms caliber, right? So whatever. This part's, I saw him sticking his gun out. He said, "I'll smoke him out." They're asking this guy to crawl out, and they'll let him live. They're asking that guy, crawl out, and we'll let you live. We're good guys. I think he already said it, unless he's about to say it. They're telling this guy, and they just killed his buddies. They've just had a little bit of a firefight. And he's like, crawl out and we'll let you live. We're good guys. Like, imagine that. I mean, the implication being simply that some guys aren't good. And you can imagine, I mean, you read about these stories from the other wars. You read about them. And there are some soldiers who aren't nice. And they'll even maybe be like, come out, we'll help you out. And they'll laugh as they brutally murder or kill him. Or you could call it a murder, whatever. It's war. I don't know what to call it. It's wild. But to see it actually viscerally here, am I even using that word correctly? To see it like this, it's different than talking about it, right? This is not a video game, Jasmine. He's sitting right there. This part's important. The way this guy right here, what he's about to say about his land, about his nation. Crawl out and you will live, he says. You don't want to live? We're good guys, you'll live. Okay. Narmas! Look, he's peeking over, putting himself in danger. What the F you came here for, itch? Effing tell me. You destroyed my house, you effing F-get. The F4, itch, you mother effers. F these F-gets up. F them up, come on. Watch that again now that you know what he's saying. Давай. You know, I've seen this in my chat. Kevin House brought it. It's something I've thought about a lot, you know. Whatever facts you may think you have about NATO, and NATO was given all sorts of ultimatums by Putin. It shouldn't have been that close. It's their fault. Well, no, it's Putin's fault. They're trying to make all these deals, and look at this pointless war they're fighting for. What? The truth, the facts remain that they're fighting on land that people lived in, and yeah, the Russians are the invaders and all. What I'm trying to express here is, when you see this man here fighting for Ukraine and say, you came to why'd you come here? Why'd you destroyed my house? I mean, I guess in one way you could just make a quick judgment and be like, yeah, that's the good guy, that's the bad guy. But the reality is, the conflicts of man, anger at its very most basic, even just anger at its very most basic, is this complex hell. It's a chaos, and the whims and will of men like Putin and other men, and the people in Washington and people in Ukraine, all these people, resulting in a conflict that's really the fault of all, yet nobody here, yet none of these soldiers per se. It's a strange thing that all contending, yet completely ignored in the chaos of battle. It's a strange thing all those things exist and contend with, all while it doesn't matter because bullets are flying. You understand? It's crazy. So they fight this one guy. Crawl out. They're telling him they'll let him live. That guy's probably thinking, are they lying to me? Are they really going to let me live? Are these really good guys? So check it out. So they get a little closer to the nest part. And they're basically telling him, hey, you can, we'll let you live. We'll let you live. Check this out. Look what happens. And here is the crawl space, okay? And you'll see spliced in footage of what seems to be a drone, an allied drone flying over them. So you get an incredible, almost movie-like video. Is this even real at times? I'm looking at this. Movie-like scenes. It's incredible. We're not going to shoot. Come out. He's surrendering, he says. If you throw a grenade, you're killed instantly. He warns him. Watch.
А ты, граната! О, сука, пидорас ебаный!
Y'all catch that? Y'all see that? Guy that they got cornered, if not more than one guy. They're like, he's surrendering, he's coming out. They're like, you throw a grenade, we'll kill you. And they're like, it's seeming like, okay, this guy's actually going to come out and surrender. Throws a grenade. And anything can happen, right? This is battle. You can see the guy, he's right there, he's moving. You can see movement. Look, you can see movement down there. We're going frame by frame, and you see this guy. I don't know what the decision is. What a badass, says 𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔. The decision is, war. So he throws a grenade, and you see it doesn't seem to go off. It doesn't seem to go off is what happens there. So that's a crazy moment. Let me go through these quicker. Hold on. Let me go through these quicker, and then get to calls, and then if that's it with that, we'll work on the plantation. But just want to show you some of these moments. What's going on? Here's the PKM doing some work. The PKM being the basically the issued machine gun for the Ukrainian troops, the Russian troops as well, and otherwise. It's a gun been used for a long time. PKM, big boy. It's a light LMG, really. LMG, light machine gun. Not unlike the M2 that the Americans have. M2, right? Is it M2 Browning? No, M2 Browning is the big 50 cal. No, that's not it. What's the infantry LMG for the Americans? M249. You've seen the M249 in movies and stuff. Big old. You always see the big guy with the M249. You know what it is with the bipod and everything. You know how it goes. So, here's the PKM on the Ukrainian side putting in some work, and it's crazy to see footage where, no, I've shot guns, Alias. I've shot guns. Don't take me out. Don't put me out. Don't put me like that. Don't do me like that. I've hit some plates with 308. I've in fact hit plates with 308. But very little, obviously. Very little. Yes, watch Platoon big time. Yes, Tarkov. I'm very educated. Okay, I basically the same level of knowledge of I have virtual knowledge of an A320neo, for example. Never flown a plane. I'm not gonna go around pretending like I'm some kind of pilot. That's insane. But I mean, if I was plopped in an A320neo cockpit and it was an emergency situation, and I was with the air traffic controller, and they're like, "Bring the flaps up, turn your MCAS on, turn your TCAS to standby," I would know where all that is. Doesn't that kind of, if you told me, no, that's good. That's crazy. That's crazy. I was about to say, I mean, I know the moving parts of a lot of guns because of video games, but whatever. I literally know the moving parts, but, well, I don't know if there's this game where, have you ever played that one game where it's literally, you build guns, Gun Builder 3D, and you build guns from, it's like a puzzle game, but you put together a virtual gun, you put it part by part, and level 1 is like the grip, the barrel, and then level the harder levels of the same gun. It's like every single little part, and you got to do it from memory. So I'm just saying, look, we're messing around a little bit. We're just messing around. We're in the lab. I want to show you this. It's crazy to see, and this is just on YouTube. You can go watch this on YouTube. It's crazy to see individuals go from totally clear to blurs, which I have to assume is this documentary denoting that person we saw just got killed on camera, but they're blurring out. So the PKM, the Ukrainians are set up on a position, and they got the PKM set up, and it's putting in work. It's putting in work. So they're set up, and it's crazy. This guy, they're taking artillery.
Старий, ти можеш трошки назад присунутися? Бо я голову висовую. Чуєш мене?
I mean, this basically is about to depict a death. No, it's not graphic at all, but just so you're aware. Here are the Russians. There they go down. The PKM somewhere in this position. And PKM buddy actually eats around here. He takes a round. There he goes. He takes a round right here. He took a round to the chest here. This is in fact real footage. Delighted to be here, not a video game. He actually takes a round to the chest here. Attempts to shoot the PKM for a little while longer, and then we don't know much more about this angle. All right, last scene here, and then we'll do calls, and then move on. Last scene, my take, calls, and then we'll move on from all this. Oh wait, one more, and then the last scene. Vehicle combat. Huge source of casualties and injuries and all that, like these vehicle convoys, and a vehicle convoy being confronted by either enemy armor, enemy mines, or RPGs hidden away in some terrain, in this crazy pockmarked terrain, or urban terrains, even worse. Yeah, just being in a vehicle, you just never know. That it's actually quite dangerous. You need to get somewhere. You need to be transported, but at the same time, you're a target, and it can go bad. It could go bad at any moment. Kevin Howe says it's hard for me to have sympathy for the Russians when they could just go home. Can they just go home? They have conscription. They have mandatory. You have to, like, 18 to 25, you have to do like mandatory a year, and then that gets increased during wartime. I'm not saying they're not allowed to leave. I'm just wondering what you know, because it's crazy to see these scenes and see this guy say, "You came here, you blew up my home." I mean, a lot of people wouldn't know or can't even think about what was I saying? They can't even imagine what this is like. Anyways, that's it from this. Look, there's a lot more incredible scenes, but what can I tell you, folks? You know, I hear a lot of criticisms about Trump, for example. What's he gonna do? He's actually supporting war with Iran. World War III will happen under his watch, etc. I don't know if I'm smart enough. I don't know if I'm smart enough to, I just don't know about all. I don't know to wade through the nitty gritty details of politics. The more time passes, the more I realize I know so little. Like, what I do know is anger is evil. What I know is these things that center everything. I'll never I'll always be from that truth, from that anchor point. But the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know anything, politics, like. So I may not be smart enough to understand some of these criticisms. Trump's gonna bring us to war with Iran, but when you look at the fact that, and some of these people with these criticisms, I have a huge respect for. I understand that too. Like, I'm not trying to get into a fight about something I don't know about. That being said, these same people admit that Biden, for example, what's the counter argument? The idea is that Kamala or Biden will be better, will avoid a World War III, will avoid a conflict with Iran and all that. But Biden's presidency was like marred with back-to-back capitulations to the very same Israel people are saying Trump is a shill and a cuck for, and he's going to just cause World War III because he has no power. The Jews control him. But if that's true, if the Jews are that powerful and they control so many things, and okay, you guys are gonna now you guys want to argue like Nick, you're gonna not admit that they're heavily represented in certain areas. Sure, fine. Look, the point is, if that's true, they have all this power. They have it over Biden too. I mean, but what about the public calls for de-escalation in May 2021? He's like, you guys got to de-escalate. They didn't do crap. They didn't change anything. Israel's doing its thing. Biden still gave money. What about Biden and his little support for two-state solution? He's basically just saying the easy thing. That's the easy thing that the world says. It's just a two-state solution. Yeah, easy for you to say. That's just the easy thing to say. And another thing is, everybody who says that knows that it will never happen. It's just a nice thing to say because you're still caring for the Palestinians. They all know it'll never happen. He opposed the Israeli settlement expansions. Guess what Israel did? They did it anyways. The Iran nuclear deal. I guess I know less about that, but he tried to revive that, no? Pressure on them that's not working. Like, tell me, you think, look, for all the facts that I may not know, for all the things I may not know, you could call me, you could tell me what I'm wrong on. These conflicts in the world have been going on. They're actually bigger than Trump, quite frankly. They've been going on. This fight with Ukraine, Russia, 2014, that goes on even before that. And then if you really want to get crazy about it, which is not crazy at all, then you go back to like the world wars. You go back to the Cold War. Like, it's like, so for if you ask some people, it has never ended. So these fights have been going on. My only question I put out there for some of you is, you think someone like Kamala Harris is really going to navigate this? She's given in just like Biden. So if we're really going to get down to brass tacks on some of these things, man, tell me where I'm informed. Call me. Tell me where I'm wrong. But these fights have been going on. The evidence, if these people are controlling our politics and Israel it's really their say, then you're telling me you really think Biden and Kamala, they have a stronger say? Like, that's just how I see it. So we've seen these scenes. We get scared. People don't want to get drafted. Don't live in fear. That's crazy. But I just think of things simply. Like, this war, conflicts and all that, it's not navigated by number one, it's not navigated by women, straight up. And this war, this kind of stuff, I notice is not it doesn't matter. Facts don't. It's not about facts. It's not about logistics. We have more bombs. It's literally about men. It's about men and their characters and what they're willing to do. Trump was it was like a world shock. Is this guy going to pull out of NATO? He's telling the NATO countries he's going to pull out if they don't start paying their fair share. And that was a shock. Everyone was like, what? I don't see Biden, Kamala doing anything like that. So you can call me, tell me where I'm wrong about that. That's kind of my thoughts on it. I respect some of the people with these criticisms. Don't get me wrong. People are afraid of the draft. Don't live in fear. But if there's the man for the job, I can't think of it any other way. These conflicts have been going on, and you don't want someone who says the right things, who you think you've gamed out in your mind enough that they're going to support the right things. You need someone who would navigate peace in like a manly way. And words don't matter. As you could see, I just pointed out all the ways that Biden had every chance to stop the Jews from doing their World War III. It's like, yeah, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. So yeah, let me do these calls, and then we got some time for Plantation. Hey, Internet Master, I appreciate your call. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
Hey, sir, got a few minutes here. How you doing?
I'm all right. I kind of forgot why I was calling earlier. It was probably stupid. I got distracted by all your World War III stuff.
Yeah.
Scary stuff, isn't it?
I guess. I mean, maybe I'm just ignorant because they'll have to draft me, I guess, before I get scared. Or it has to be a little closer to reality before I start thinking about it too seriously.
Let me tell you, man, you should be scared. Let me tell you, man, you should be scared. I mean,
never listen to anyone who tells you should be scared, chat. But okay, go ahead.
All right, then don't listen to me. But when I tell you combat, it's terrifying. And something I just wanted to point out, on one thing we've had the benefit of as American soldiers is we don't really know the language of the enemy we're fighting. Let me tell you something,
True.
though. You still know what he's saying, though.
No.
When he's dying, you know what he's saying.
Oh wait, who?
You know what he's saying.
Wait, who?
But
I know who's saying what. Wait, what are you talking about? In the video we saw?
Well,
in the video we were watching?
yeah. Well, even in that video, let me tell you something. That exchange between those two soldiers, that's probably what you see on video is two dudes kind of fighting, right? But goddamn, or excuse my language, I couldn't imagine having to actually verbally exchange with the enemy while I'm fighting them. I mean, you want to talk about some PTSD, man. Like, that's stuff you don't forget. It's one thing when your enemy's screaming Allah and all this stuff, and you kind of half understand what he's saying, and you get it. You know what he's saying as they're dying. You get it, but you don't really understand what he's saying. And we've had that benefit as American soldiers for a long time. We don't know what the enemy's saying. We hear it. We hear the language. Some of the guys in the unit get it. Some of the guys know what they're saying. And like, especially the dudes that have been there for a while, they'll tell you, "Oh, you want to know what he was saying?" Not really. No. I get it. He's dying. He's saying goodbye to his God, or saying hello, really. But
pretty crazy
I couldn't
stuff.
imagine.
I'd learn Russian though. I'm the type to learn.
Let me tell you something. I couldn't imagine if I was fighting somebody else who spoke English very clearly, and I knew what he was saying, and he was only less than 50 meters away from me, and I'm giving him a chance, dude. Give up, because I don't want to kill you. Okay, I don't want to remember this as a horrifying experience, but when they won't give up and they don't stop and they're fighting not just for their God or their country, but they're like a cornered animal. That's terrifying. I mean, it's terrifying when you're on the other side of that and you're the one doing the damage. And I mean, it's not an experience you want to go through. Now, World War III, the best we could hope
I'm
for,
shooting, man. I'm shooting.
The best we could
I'm not
hope
feeling
for
bad.
with World War III
I'll feel bad later.
is that we get nuked or something, and you don't got to go through the aftermath of having to fight an enemy that you understand the language. I just wanted to share just that. That's all I really wanted to rant about was. It's one thing to fight.
But that sounds a little, if I may, that sounds like a little too poetic. Like, no, I'm following what you're saying though. Like the actual, you're describing the actual like the horror of war, man. It's not nothing nice. It's definitely nothing nice. And imagine actually understanding your enemy. But But a whole.
In Vietnam,
but let's
we
not
didn't
nuke
get it,
everybody
you
so
know.
that we can avoid. So we can avoid hearing understanding them, mate. To avoid the chance we might understand what they're saying, the horrors of understanding what they might be saying.
You know, after years go by, you can kind of forget some of like what happened. You know, like you'll remember, like, yeah, I got deployed here, we got stationed there, we did this, we did that. You'll forget some of the conversations you'll have. You'll forget some of the people you meet, but you don't ever forget things like that. Like
Whatever.
you'll never forget the last few words of a dying man. And,
You been in war?
That's something you gotta live with for
You
the
killed
rest of your life.
somebody?
That's something you gotta remember and sleep with for the rest of your life.
You've killed somebody?
No. Well, I don't want to talk. No, it's nothing.
Yeah,
I
better
wanna
not.
get into here now and there.
Better not.
But just know that that's not an experience that you want to live with. To flat out answer that question, no, I didn't personally kill anybody. No.
I hear you,
But
man.
I've heard. I
appreciate your commentary on war
the
stuff, man.
depths of war.
I hear you, man. I hear you. I appreciate your commentary on war stuff, man.
Anyways,
Real quick, just to move
I
the
did
wheels.
want to say one thing before I got off. My wife says hi. She
Hey,
says you're cool. She loves the videos.
she's just
She
happy.
appreciates that you take all the flack off of it.
I was about to say, what a mess. Hey, Internet Master, sir, call me again.
Nick, I love the show, bro. I'll call anytime. I'll see
Thank
you
you,
later.
sir.
man.
Call me again, man. Big time. Appreciate it. We got Frederick. How you doing, sir?
What's going on, Nick?
All is well, sir.
It's Frederick from LA.
Welcome.
You want to talk about the big three?
What do you think? What are you thinking? What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, they already invested in Ukraine. Anytime you got State Street, BlackRock, and Vanguard all up in the mix in Ukraine, America's money's involved, whether they want it to be or not. It's in the stock market. So the big three is going to go over in Ukraine, and they either going to lose your dollar or they're going to say they got hacked for it. And if they get hacked for it, that's on the banks better end, because they can say they got hacked for however much they want to. But at the same time, they're going to get an investment return guaranteed. But I want to talk about Taiwan.
Who is going to get an investment return guaranteed?
The big three.
The
Vanguard,
people.
State Street.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what you mean by the big three.
Yeah, BlackRock. They already over in Ukraine. They don't
So what's their involvement in those war stuff? Besides,
How?
like, I guess.
What do you mean, the money?
Besides, like, a war, huh?
Yeah, the money. The Jews need help, so they gonna fund the rebuilding of Ukraine already. They
Who
500
is
million.
the big
in.
three?
BlackRock, J.P. Morgan Chase. Yeah.
But interesting. So who's working for, like, they're causing the war? What are you saying with that?
Yeah, they're already investing in infrastructure over there. Whatever Russia hit, they invest in the dollars to build it back. So that government can't topple, or our funds will topple. You know what I'm saying? They using our investment dollars to build up. This ain't even government. This is business. This is capitalism. You know what I'm saying? This
Sort
is
of.
over the
I'm really trying to
president's
follow.
head.
It sounds like you
Yeah,
talking
this is
about
over the-
possibly factual things. I'm not entirely sure, but you're telling me these big three companies, they're over there investing. They saw the opportunity, and I don't put it past them, to be honest with you. The things I've heard of these companies, I don't put it past them to see the opportunity to get in there. But you're telling me it's beyond that. It's more than these companies seeing an opportunity and investing in whatever, and in the rebuilding of the destruction. What should I be gathering beyond that?
This is World War III. I mean, you could just watch it and unfold. Just notice, follow the money is what they always say, right?
Can you take me down there? Hold my hand and take me down the money trail. I want to see what you see.
Man, I'm telling you, look at the big three in Ukraine. Why is J.P. Morgan Chase investing in Ukraine? Why are BlackRock one of the biggest shareholders in S&P 500 and Vanguard? All three of them got the same, about 5% or more stock in each other. So they're the biggest shareholders in the United States. But they're investing in countries where we having war at with our investment dollars. You know what I'm saying?
I'm following big time. I mean, all I can gather so far from that is why would they invest there? You said, why? You said, look at them, look at those people, and look at where they're investing. So I'm going to do that for a moment, Frederick, and so far all I can come up with is, they're investing there because they want to make money, and they believe that they're going to make money.
The lobbyists want to make money. The lobbyists invest. The lobbyists go, and then they turn to politicians, and then they say politicians, they need more weapons because Russia's going to blow up more stuff, and we're going to have to build more stuff. So unless y'all want us to spend more money, you need to give them more weapons so we don't have to rebuild and spend more of y'all's stock dollars. And they like, man, this is crazy. How long this been going on? But y'all, I don't think y'all really care about all this stuff.
Well, I want to understand. I mean, so far, like I said, I look at those companies and I can only gather. Well, I can gather just from basic kind of inference that they're investing in those areas because they believe they can make money there and they want to make money, so they're investing there. Why should I take it? And maybe I should take it further. Take me there, man. Take me there. Why should I take it further
than that? Because they bought the politicians.
What else are they doing?
Bought the politicians that's not going to lead there until they win. They done bought Trump even when he was in office. He was
the companies
javelins.
Did.
Remember,
these big three companies did this?
Javelins. Who?
These big three companies have bought out those politicians you're talking about, including Trump?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So then you're saying that these Vanguard, BlackRock, you're saying they are the progenitors of this war? They are really. You're telling me they bought the very politicians who set this in motion. So really, they are at fault.
Yep, just like the politicians. I mean, the man that paid Trump to move the embassy to Jerusalem.
How do you know this? I'd like to send me the.
Because Hank researched this before. He's like, what? I called Hank about this. He said, what? Who paid? He said some guy.
Because I'm following
Trump
the claim, but now I'd like, I guess, you to prove it in a sense. Not in a sense, I guess. Just help me out there. Because I'm following your claim, but wait. Huh?
Here.
The claim is pretty grand, so I don't blame you if you can't explain it in one moment. But the claim is the big three are the cause, the very progenitors of the war itself. For what end? For what end?
I thought you wanted to know who paid.
No, I do. Answer that and then tell me for what end.
Okay. Yeah, and the end is depopulation. Addison. Adelson, I guess, bankrolled it. Sheldon Elderson. That's who bankrolled Trump to move the embassy. Anyway. Yeah.
The guy that died, whose wife is Miriam Adelson. Sheldon Adelson, he's dead, right? His wife is Miriam Adelson. She spent $100 million in supporting Trump.
$20 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Wait, but that's Vanguard?
Super PAC.
Frederick, you're just saying buzzwords. Call me back when you have this crystallized and you can walk me through it. You're just saying buzzwords.
Oh yeah, why do you think? Look, the
you're just saying Super PAC, Adelson, $100 million,
Foundation,
war, money, resources, Iran.
Yeah, the
World
Super
War
PAC
III.
is the Heritage Foundation. That's why they keep bringing up Project 2025, even though Trump says he ain't got nothing to do with it. The RNC has businesses that come up with these platforms. And the president's going to run with them regardless, because he ain't got time to come up with what the Republican American need. There's this RNC whole platform to get this book together and say, this is what we're rolling with. And this is what everybody's going against that Project 2025. But this World War III...
Who do you think is going to handle these Who do you think is going to handle conflicts with other world leaders better and navigate all that better? Kamala Harris or Trump?
They already said it. They already said it. I think.
And what makes you think that
President
Kamala won't
Harris.
be goaded into all the very same things you're talking about? Just the way Biden
he
was.
already-
if you notice,
already-
Biden had chance after chance, and he's just like, "Hey, you can't do that, Israel. Hey, de-escalate. No Gaza. Don't do it. Hezbollah." And nothing. Giving in, gives them money. Da, da, da. So who's to say? And who's to say Kamala will be any better? Tell me your evidence, and then we got to move on.
And I don't have no. It's the wait and see. It's all
Fair
God's
enough.
plan. But I say with her saying her plan out loud instead of Israel finish the job, a 2-state where Gaza having its own patrol and its own people running it is better than World War III. The other solution is World War III. Just I want the killing to stop. It's not a solution. You can pray for the killing to stop all you want. You need policies or what you're going to do, Trump. And he ain't put that out there, and Kamala has. So, therefore, the Americans like, look, this ain't hard to make a
I mean,
decision.
I heard your response. I accept it. We'll move on from here. But if I may, just repeat what I just said. You know, you're saying, you're basically, just to crystallize what you said, you're just saying Kamala said the right words for you. She said the right words. She said peace. Yeah, you mean like when Biden said peace over and over again, called for de-escalation. Hey, Gaza, don't do it. Hey, Israel, blah blah blah. Yeah, like I just said, words don't mean anything. It's about will. And I don't think Kamala, Biden, and any of those people have the will, the stuff, the stones, the character, or the words, or even the support to make any of what you said happen. But man, I appreciate your call. Can you call me again?
Yeah, no problem. 2-state means more than peace. All right. I'll call you again.
For sure, man. Call me again. Ba, ba, ba. We got work to do. We did all the important stuff. Now I don't feel like I don't know, I'm bogarting some of you. Like, what a mess. Controlled. I'm just controlled by my thoughts of others. Hey, Carver, you made it back just in time. You know it. We got work to do. So let's spend at least a little time here for the plantation people. We'll try and fit another I'm actually planning a long plantation sometime this week. A nice long plantation thing sometime this week. But let's get a little plantation in today for those who love it. Let's play some mother effing video games. Let's go. Should we? No, we'll leave that for another day. I was gonna do a match on Tarkov Arena to see if I'm gonna survive World War III or not. Basically, I'm pretty nice. I'm pretty nice lately these days. I'm pretty nasty. I gotta say, and by nasty I mean great and clean. I'm pretty clean on Tarkov these days. Pretty lately, just an absolute soldier. Okay, I'm surviving World War III. Okay, even if they put me out there, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna use all my tactics. I'm messing around. That's a stupid joke. You cannot Call of Duty in real life. Okay, real life combat is a different. Okay. So check it out. You are seeing before you the plantation. You know it too well. You know it all too well. And last we left off, Jesse and the crew. Well, last we left off, Bill was in fact arrested because his mind was crumbling. And he was going, in fact, insane. Bill has been saved. He remains a genius. He's yet to be brought back into normal society because he was going insane. So we're working on Bill. We need Bill. Bill is a genius and was the only other citizen in this nation, in this crew. Jesse obviously being the other one. The others, Stewie and Jaden and Wade. Wade is only here. Well, more on Wade in a moment. Stewie and Jaden are, you know what they call them, indentured servants. They call them many things. The S word. Let's not use the S word here, okay, folks? Come on. We're better than that. We're a little bit more civilized than that. We don't need to use the S word on these fine people. Slaves. But, and we've also got ourselves a little prisoner. She is, in fact, a her name is 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎. She is in fact a female pigskin, which is a race of people. She is a female pigskin. She is 20 years old. We recently caught her. They were raiding us, if you remember. We do need a mark, maybe. So that's Meatball. They are imprisoned, and we're working on their mind and breaking their will and mind down slowly. We'll see if we can put them to use. But that's where we're at. We started doing work on the lair, and some of you have been a little concerned about the lair and the vibe we're going for. Some of you have been concerned with the aesthetic we've chosen to work with, but it's just the way things go, okay? You work with what you got. And we need powerful defenses, a great place to store. Hey, take care, new guy. Always a pleasure. Thank you. You new as heck. And it requires, and so we're going to be like little dwarves in this mountain. We'll be little dwarves of forgiveness, spreading forgiveness from the world, from our base of operations here, okay? The Forgiveness Plantation. So that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're doing. Okay. Stewie is working. Let's do a little quick sit rep of the situation. What is everybody up to? I also believe that we're in the middle of a raid, I believe. I in fact believe, yeah, look at that. We have 3 people on us on a raid. So that means we have danger coming up, and it's 3 of them, and they're armed. So we'll see how we can handle this. Jesse does have superpowers, but you know, he could still be hurt. We need to seize the means of production, bro. We've already seized the means of production. Okay, so that's we still have to deal with those raiders. But you know what that means? It also means chances for more chances for new friends. Let's call them friends. New friends of the plantation. See, all enemies, all who attack us, there's always a chance. There's always a chance that they can become future forgiven. So we're never too saddened when we're getting raided. So let's do a quick sit rep. Let's see if we can handle this raid even. Because Jesse seems to be working. He's reducing Bill's resistance. Stewie is digging at the iron ore. I mean, we kind of got to get everybody in position. We do have a wall of death that has not been, a tunnel of death that has not been working correctly. So is everybody armed? Let's see. Stewie, oh, hold on. Let's do something quick here. We appreciate all the people with the union dues. We appreciate all the people with the super chats, and you guys always supporting the stream. Thank you so much, Lin Yan Chin, who says, since every sense breaks down to measure of electromagnetic impulses, it makes sense those pulses have a common axis of overlapping union pointing key. You can sense as metasense, all senses one. Lin Yan Chen, always thought-provoking, appreciate that. And I will play your 55-second chat either later today or remind me, and we'll do it another day when we have. I don't want to take away too much time from the plantation peeps since we've already done enough of that. So thank you, Lin Yan Chen. Make sure to remind me. Carver says plantation dues, 1 ticket to the Slavers Lounge. I disavow. Appreciate that. Hey, thanks to Alice. Thank you, Games for Rec, GG Cash, dlive.tv/Gorgonzola, and of course Punchy.tv. Appreciate it, everybody. All right, let's see here. Bill is okay. Okay, I think we just play Jaden. What's Jaden doing? She's feeding a rice ball to Meatball, who is healing from her injuries that we inflicted. I mean, she was once a raider. Now she will become a friend by force. All right, let's see. Let's play a little bit and let's see what's going on. Let's press play and see. There's also a horrible fog, a horrible gray pall fog that has befallen the land. The smell is rotten and acidic. This unnatural weather creates feelings of dread. And this may be part of the curse we brought with us from the previous island with all of the zombies. So we always have a lot of things to deal with here on Plantation streams. We're gonna try and deal with all of it. What do you guys think? Should I take the camera off? You guys want more real estate to be able to look at the stream? No, we're keeping the difficulty up. We're keeping the difficulty up. Difficulty up. Strive to survive. That's how we're keeping the difficulty. Turn that difficulty back down if we have to. But even the lower difficulties is, as you remember, we had a lot of issues with that. So we're gonna do our best here to create an amazing story. What are these guys talking about? Look at this guy, this guy's name is Blur. He is a teenager from he's a waster. A waster is a type of race. And 15-year-old enemy thrasher. Look at him with a club. He's got a iron club. They sent their 15-year-old to fight us. They sent this 44-year-old scavenger to come fight us. And they sent a 50-year-old woman to fight us. Incredible. And look at this guy. Blur chatted about cabbages with Cole. So is he literally telling this guy how the cow ate the cabbage? What the? Let's see what happens. Do we have food? Let's make sure we have everything, all of our required. Let's make sure, hold on. We seem to have some meat. We're just giving a little quick check of our stores here. Because, how's our food production going? Sweet potatoes are growing. We still got pot growing. We got rice growing. It looks like we're okay. Okay. I do what I want. Thank you for liking the stream. What are you guys doing? You guys don't even like the stream. You guys walk into houses and just take off your shoes and just eat the food. You guys just do... Are we fighting already? You guys just do whatever you want. You guys have whatever you want. You guys don't even like the stream? What the? No decorum. You don't even say hello anymore. You don't even say hi no more. Stewie is fighting a mad alpaca. This mad alpaca is trying to trample Jaden, poor Jaden, who is unable to fight back, for she is unable to commit any violence. The alpaca has, in fact, entered the space. Look at this. The alpaca has made it in. Jaden tried running in. The door behind her did not close fast enough. What the heck is Stewie doing? You should be going in there and helping her. Bill, taking it upon himself to start striking the alpaca with his bare fist. I'm gonna have to now recruit Stewie and force him to come fight this alpaca. I don't know what the heck he's doing. Bill's getting kind of banged up here. It's man versus alpaca. All right, Stewie, we need you to get in here. All right, Bill actually did that. Bill actually just stunned an alpaca with his bare fists. Pretty alpha. All right, Stewie, time to do some quick work with that charge lance. With that advanced weaponry we got from somewhere. I forget where we got that from. I don't know why we're letting the slaves handle the advanced weaponry, but we think Stewie has proved himself. We think Stewie has proved himself quite. He's pretty loyal. All right, let's see this energy bolt go right into this alpaca. Alpaca down. Sir, step away from the alpaca. All right, Bill's going back to bed. That hurt him. What do you get? Bill's got bruises. His rib cage got cracked. Yeah, Bill's going to have to sit this one out for a little bit, but he did some pretty quick work on that. Stewie, on the other hand, came in. He's fine, but Stewie, yeah, we're done with you. Finish off the alpaca. Cook up the meat. Spin up the wool into some fabric, and we're laughing, boys. All right, let's see what these raiders are doing. They're still not coming after us. I almost want to preemptively strike them, but we'll wait. You know what? No, we'll wait. We'll wait for them to come to us. All right, wasters from Toxin Wasters are now beginning their assault. They will now make their way. What is Jesse up to? Jesse is feeding the prisoners, dealing with the alpaca. We're gonna need okay, here's the problem, folks. You know, now that I realize we only have 2 people to handle this offensive, this 3rd Brigade offensive in Zaporizhia. No, I'm just messing around. All right, Stewie, Jesse, get in position. We're gonna need you. You're the only guys we have. Jesse is still armed with his 9mm Uzi, Israeli-made Uzi, based a steel Roman Gladius. Meanwhile, Stewie still has his very advanced charge lance. We're going to recruit them right away and get them in position. See if we can deal with this oncoming party. This attacking party, okay? We will protect the plantation. All right? You see them coming up? All right, Stewie. I want you to get a little forward there and start attacking this Cole person. Jesse, you take your Uzi out, and you can actually also move forward and start shooting Cole as well. Let's see if this goes fast. Look, in fact, those are the bodies of the people we fought before. All right, y'all. Let's see how you do. Oh! Y'all see that? This Cole person seems to have some kind of ninja powers. In fact, just teleported right next to in melee range of Jesse. This was a little unexpected. Cole also has powers. What Cole does not understand, this 50-year-old woman, is Jesse too is pretty beast. He's pretty deezed, okay? So if you remember, Jesse, when he's actually at his strongest in his bare hands, and actually blew the head off of someone with his bare hands the other day. So big mistake, Cole. You just came into melee range of Punchy himself. Big mistake. Let's see what happens. Yeah, 1 strike. Not only is Cole down, the good thing is Cole is not dead, which opens up a lot of options for us, folks. For those that don't know, for those of you, and she dropped some medicine. That's nice. We'll be taking that. For those of you maybe a little not you know, a little fresh to this, a lot of options just opened up with this poor Cole. It would have been better for her to die. Well, that's a joke, because they're about to forgive and their whole life is about to change for the better. All right, Jesse, show them what you got. Bare fists. While Stewie, just hang back, because we don't want you accidentally shooting Jesse with your charge lance. Let's see what kind of work you can get into, Jesse. Bare fists, go. Oh, 2 hits, he's dead. Stewie taking down Blur. Blur is now running for his life, and Jesse will give chase. Okay, Stewie just accidentally shot Jesse with that said charge lance. What a mess. He's not slowed down in the slightest. No mercy. He is now in combat with a 15-year-old. Oh, come on, Jesse. You gonna let him do that to you? Come on. Come on, use your Shaolin fist. And the 15-year-old survives Jesse's iron truck strikes. Hey, 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎, did I not read your super chat? Oh, man, sorry about that. 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎 says, Nick, when World War III starts, can we agree that I called it? Well, we can agree on that. We'll agree on that, Kale. We'll agree on that. But, I mean, that's like a 50-50, no? It either happens or it doesn't. Should we really be that impressed? I'll say we'll agree on that, though, Kale. I mess around. Thanks, Kale. Appreciate that. It says, no need to be scared. We all will die one day. Yeah, you tell that to Jesse. He says, I ain't never gonna die. Thank you so much for the super chats, everybody. Birdie Bound Brian had actually left me 3 coffees, I believe, over the weekend or something. Or on Friday, and I missed them. Thank you for that. And C-Cell, of course, with the super chats I missed on Friday. Says, hubby got paid. You get a super chat. And you get a super chat. Thank you so much, 𝒐𝒊. Sorry I didn't read it on Friday. Alright, let's see. The 15-year-old is alive. You lucky guy. Alright. Strip him down. Because that's what we do with all our new inductees. They must be stripped down. It's part of the process. They must be stripped of all worldly possessions. Whoa. Cole might have some pretty cool gear on her. Oh, never mind. It's all crap. Yeah. They need to be stripped down of all worldly possessions. And their will and minds must be broken down for them to accept forgiveness. So we'll do that next. The fellas very, very adeptly survived this battle. Very good work, folks. Very, very good work. So make sure they're stripped down. Prioritize that, in fact. Strip down Blur. And Stewie, you can prioritize stripping down this person, Cole. Whoa. Cole is charging up energy. You see this? What's this? Anyways, do we really want a ninja with superpowers as a slave? Because should they rebel, that might be a pretty bad thing. I do what I want. I don't know if we really want this as a prisoner. We'll take the 15-year-old. I'm thinking we take the 15-year-old unless the 15-year-old's got problems. Let's see. Let's see, what's the 15-year-old have? Okay, the 15-year-old was a medical assistant, so has some pretty good medical skills. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Was a fisherman, very neurotic. That's not good. Blur feels constantly nervous about everything that has to get done. But that's fine. We can handle that. Blur is also a death knight. Harbinger. What the heck? Wait, what the heck is this? Hold on. Blur is a death knight, harbinger of doom and a representative of the ever-approaching inevitability of death and decay. His solemn attitude makes most pawns uneasy, and even fewer approve of his methods. What kind of trait? What kind of trait is this? This sounds awesome. Death Knight. Should we take him? I guess we'll just take him. We'll just take him for now. Alright, capture him. Meanwhile, this one here, too much trouble. We're gonna go off, we're just gonna click the little finish off button. And we're just gonna pretend. We're just gonna let it happen, and we're just gonna like look the other way. That's what we're gonna do, okay? What just happened? What the heck just happened? Alright, well they're dead, so that's the end of that story. Alright folks, we did some good work. Let's make sure we have food. Alright, get back to work. I think we handled that pretty well. People are pretty hurt right now. We need some more, we need Bill back, basically. We definitely need Bill back. They need to, look at how backed up on work they are. All these red marks you see are places that need to be refueled. But because everybody's so backed up, they haven't refueled it yet. So let's let them work it out. And do they have fuel? Let's see here. Raw food, raw wood. Yeah, we have fuel. We have plenty of fuel, so hopefully they get to it soon. We need to start getting spooky too. It's already October. Well into October. We need to start getting spooky. Stewie's hard at work in the mines. Look at him. Nice. We're low on food, so let's just let them work. Catch up on the fuel. Catch up on the cooking. Bill is fully healed. That's good. Blur and Meatball are still in pretty bad condition. Jesse's resting for once. He never rests. Jesse's fully healed. Very nice. Oh, I never... Jaden has food poisoning. What the? Who's cooking? Who's not washing their hands? Who's not washing their hands when they're cooking?
Crouched down by the tree and his neighbors. He liked the way the bark ripped off like paper. He pretended he was Superman. Eyes had lasers. Every step he took turned earth into craters. Little brown jacket, Lee jeans with a cuff. Bowl cut, blue and yellow.
Why aren't these getting fueled up?
Didn't hear the car pull up. Thought his arm broke when they shoved him in the trunk. Break like nightlight, choking on
Blur is being tended to. Let's make sure that their will is being broken down. Enslavement. Meatball. Make sure that's the same. And Bill. We need Bill. Bill, let's make sure he's being recruited. Oh, something's going on. Meatball's baby prep. Meatball's pregnant? We took her as a slave just the other day. Meatball is due to give birth in less than 6 days. No way! 2-for-1 deal? Chat, we just got a 2-for-1 deal. Meatball is due to give birth in less than 6 days. You can prepare for the baby. Build a birth room with a clean floor and good bed. Get a skilled doctor ready. In the work tab, assign at least one person to childcare. Prepare a food source for the baby. Meatball can breastfeed the baby, or you can feed them baby food, milk, or insect jelly. What? Build a crib. High quality cribs will make a baby happy. Should we get to work? Let's see here. Meatball's pregnant. Meatball came. That means Meatball came to raid this. That means Meatball came to raid the plantation while she was pregnant. What kind of mom is that? Or how desperate is her clan? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. This is complicated. No, we're not killing the baby. The baby did nothing wrong. The baby will live. And so we shall build it a crib. We shall build... Whoa, there's a transport crash. A tamer named Java... There's a lot going on. A tamer named Java is crashing in a transport pod nearby. If she survives the impact, she will be badly wounded. Java is not affiliated with any faction. You can rescue her and hope she joins freely, or capture her for recruitment or slavery purposes. Folks. She's already dead, actually. Never mind. She died 1.8 days ago. Oops. Sorry about that. Alright, somebody's got to get to cooking like soon. Why are you guys not slaughtering the alpaca and cooking the food? Do we have meat? Where's the meat? There's blood everywhere. Can you guys be a little cleaner? What is going on here? Look at this mess. It's an absolute mess in here. Let's build more shelves. Let's build more shelving units. Do we need to slaughter more animals? We have cows growing. Let's just get rid of all the alpaca. We don't need the alpaca. We've enslaved Blur, the 15-year-old. I don't know, I'm kind of scared of Blur. We shouldn't... I think this was a mistake, chat. Blur has a psychite dependency, so they're a drug addict. They are a 15-year-old drug addict. And the problem with Blur is they are of that race, the wasters, who need to be high all the time, and that's going to be an issue because we don't have drugs. And if they go nuts, I mean, they're going to go nuts, number one. Number two, Blur, as you can see, has this hate stat. I don't know what the heck this does, but his hate stat is 73.6. That seems a little high, folks. So he has a high stat rating of hate. And then not only that, turns out this Death Knight business is not just a title. He's got superpowers. Chat, he can't stay. What do we do with him? I mean, he's 15 years old, chat. What do we do with him? He can't stay. And we run a pretty bad risk of just releasing him. We can get in some trouble here. He can turn on us. I mean, chat, what's the best way to what's the cleanest way to handle this for the good of everybody? What is the... You tell me, chat. You tell me. You be the ones to make the hard decisions for once, chat. What do we do? You guys have no hesitation. He's 15 years old. You guys don't even want to give him a chance? I mean, I guess I did heavily tell you guys that he can't stay. Blur. Hey, thank you, Harmony. Appreciate the super chat. Says yeehaw. Blur's sleeping. Look, Blur's sleeping. What do y'all think? Look at him. He's asleep. He's so vulnerable. Hey, thank you so much, Harmony. Jesse is standing over Blur, contemplating as Blur dreams of fried chicken. You saw that. But Jesse walks away, thinking better of what he was. Jesse decides otherwise, decides to move on and get back to his work. Blur survives another night. Bill loves human sacrifices. In fact, Bill loves human. In fact, look, he remains with a. If you look at Bill's needs, Bill actually has a constant negative mood buff because it's been too long since we executed a prisoner. So yeah, we almost forgot that about Bill, a little quirk about Bill. But Bill does in fact love human sacrifice. Is quite upset that we haven't sacrificed anyone recently. So we do need to placate him. That was part of why his mind was crumbling. Oh my gosh. Carver, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Oh, Blur. Oh, Blur. 15 years of your wretched life. You were a medical assistant, a fisherman in your teenage years. You became a death knight. What has become of your life, Blur? Your life now hangs in the balance, at the whims of the emotions of one man and the decisions of another. Will you survive another night, Blur? I don't know what we're gonna do with you. It's too difficult. We'll come back to that. We'll circle back to that. We'll circle back to that. People have work to do. They're a little too focused on what's right in front of them. There's fuel is missing from many important points around the plantation. Raiders keep coming in. The injured and enslaved are pregnant. A lot to do. And so toil away Jessie must, leaving the hard decisions for another day. Meatball. Jessie informed Meatball that she must obey orders and work. Meatball has accepted and joined Jessie's community. Jessie successfully enslaved Meatball. Oh yeah. You know what that means. Oh, we gotta make Meatball a baby room, I guess. Should we make it in here? What should we do? What does she need for a baby again? Oh, she's racist. Meatball's a giant racist. Look. Tons of disliked xenotypes. In this game, xenotype means like race, basically. And she is around. I'm surrounded by those xenotypes. They don't belong here. She's a total racist. Look at her. She's got a negative move buff because she's surrounded by types of races that she doesn't like.
Next to me, I don't know why she next to me. Gold on my wrist, diamond cross accessories. Keep on testing me, I put your ass in jeopardy.
So Meatball is racist. Major racist.
Especially. Now she texting me, now that's why she keep pressing me. With a hoe or three, you see these hoes.
People want paradise.
Okay, Meatball, you can stay.
They will have it.
Meatball needs rescue. What's wrong with Meatball? Already, Meatball? What the? Somebody help Meatball. Jessie, go save her. Why did Meatball just go down? That's because Meatball is pregnant in her 3rd trimester and is stoned on smoke leaf. What the heck is wrong with you? What kind of mother are you? The baby is high inside of your body right now. How could you? Somebody put this person back in. Oh my gosh. What have you done, Meatball? Meatball is literally stoned and is pregnant and did not care. The moment she saw pot, she just started smoking it. What the heck is... Jessie, what are you going to do about this? He's busy feeding everybody. We're still low on food. There's just too much to do. Meatball, you're on your own, okay? You're on your own, Meatball. Figure it out. Meatball's stoned, and so is your baby. That's crazy. Racist stoner mom. I mean, I feel bad. I feel like we should still make... Maybe we can section off this area and make it the baby's room. I don't even know where to start with that, so let's just let them work. If the baby's born somewhere, the baby's just born somewhere. Let it be. we still have the mountain lair to complete. The good thing is we have more hands, more workers after the last raid. So that's good. We'll let them continue working. Just working hard. Work. Mexican work. You know what I'm saying? So we'll let them continue to do their work. Insane ramblings. Oh no. It's because he's hungry. We can't let Bill be hungry. So let's stop adding work and let's just let them figure out the food situation because Bill is he's now beginning to lose his mind again after we brought him back from the brink because he's hungry. So somebody cook up that rice. Or somebody feed Bill, for Christ's sake. Somebody feed Bill, please. Bill is in fact fed. Never mind. What a mess. He's no longer going on insane ramblings. He's been calmed down by Jesse. This is good. Holy Harmony. Is this Harmony? Is this the real Harmony? Well, the real Harmony. Thank you so much, Harmony, with the earlier yeehaw, and now with the out of control next level super chat. Very generous, Harmony. Very, very, very generous. Thank you so much, Harmony. Says shout out to Meatball. Meatball isn't going anywhere. Meatball is here to stay, apparently, and is making herself useful. And thank you for the major Plantation dues. We do appreciate the Plantation. Absolutely enjoys and will use your money, and will put it towards the candidate that you did not vote for, but because you're part of the union, we will use your money and put it to good use. Hey, Harmony, thank you so much. Big time. Now we can send Meatball's baby to college. Let's see what happens. Lair is still being broken into. Very nice. I think the main rooms of the lair are done. You know what we'll do? With this newest infusion of cash to the operation from Harmony, I think we will. In also what's in to respect the super chat, to respect the shout out to Meatball, we will in fact make. Here's what we'll do, Harmony. We are gonna carve out this little room in this mountain, and this is gonna be a nursery room slash room for Harmony to stretch, to really be comfortable in her pregnancy, and so that the baby may be very comfortable as well. Harmony, I hope with this information you take this to heart, that it was really thanks to your help that Meatball and her baby can have a comfortable life. So appreciate it, Harmony, and Meatball and her kid appreciate it as well. Let's just hope we don't back them up too much with the work they got to do. They're cooking. It looks like they're cooking up the rice that just got finished. We got how many? Where's all our food? Where are all of our meals? Bills. Okay, yeah, we got meals cooking. We got sweet potatoes growing. Okay, we got rice being harvested. All right, let's just let them work. Let's let them work. And we're going to build this beautiful baby room, nursery room slash meatballs room, okay? And they're gonna be so thankful of their patron Harmony. Meatball is having a major break risk. What's wrong with Meatball? Meatball needs warm clothes. Oh no! They don't have warm clothes? Oh, that's right. We stripped them down. They have hypothermia. That's not good. Well, okay. Let's see what we could do here. Hypothermia. That's not good. Do we have enough linens and wool and cotton? Yeah, we seem to have plenty of that. Here's what we'll do. We are going to make a couple parkas here. But we're backed up on work, so hopefully they can survive the hypothermia while they catch up on work here. There go the shelving units. That's good. There go the shelving units. That is good. Let's paste these settings onto the rest of the shelving units. Uh-oh. Meatball! Someone rescue Meatball! Let's put a fire in. Here's what we'll do. Let's make a campfire in the slave quarters. Hopefully that'll heat up this room just enough. Just enough to you know, have the people kind of warm up in here so they don't have hypothermia. That's what we'll do. What a mess. Hypothermia is killing my people. Why does this keep popping up? What the heck is this? So annoying. What? Go away! Oh my gosh, something's wrong. You seeing this, folks? This keeps popping up. What is this? Okay, then. What in the heck is going on? Alright, I think we're okay. We're gonna send out hunting parties too because we need food. We need food. What can I say? We need food. Alright, let them work. Let them work. Butchering up the animals, cooking up the food, mining out the... Oh, what's going on? Our pot is rotting away in storage. That's okay. They're still pretty busy. And everything's still a bloody mess everywhere, so we'll just let them work it out. We'll let them work it out. Bill is doing all right. What's all this? Is this coal? Coal chunks. Damn. They're shooting alpacas and animals. Just doing a little hunting.
the sticky in a Stussy pouch, ski mask, bloody preem hoodie, tossing doobies out the window with a hoopty. Night black as Paul Mooney at the movies, but the moon was out. Food was always optional. Eating nothing but hard punches to that abdominal. Close fist chronicles, soul sniff mama knew. Baggies laying around peanut shells at a carnival. Stomping clowns, welcome pussy niggas to the romper room. Buckshot will cover whole torso like a
Jesse going cross country to do some hunting. We're just trying to keep afloat here, folks. We're doing pretty good though. We're doing pretty good. Just got a lot of work backed up. Don't really want to put any more work on them. There go the nursery room. Some torch lamps. Little light. There you go. Deep in the Civic with the evilest niggas this side of the Mississippi. All courtesy of Vincent for niggas who plot against. Here LWS. Here shells from the tech. Here a rim full of effect. We haven't been raided in some time. Kinda don't want to raid right now. Bill is back on his insane ramblings. He is malnourished. Why are people not feeding Bill? This is driving me insane. A wild boar. Why do people think this is a game? This is stressful. Slave rebellion likely. Bill is having insane ramblings. Okay, never mind. Bill is okay now, and he is now part of the team again. This is good. I'm glad to have Bill back, because we now have 1, 2, 3, 4 slaves to deal with. So Bill, I know you've been having a rough time, but you know, I need you to get back to work. You can leave out all cooking and cleaning. We got help for that. Oh great, what just happened? Someone's fighting the alpaca? Yes, Stewie is fighting this mad boar. The boar is dead. We can move on. That was quick work. She's pregnant, but she has to mine still. What just happened? Some light up in here. Exotic goods trader. Oh, look at this. A trader. Sure, let's trade. What can we sell? We can sell dragon's blood. That's a type of drug. I don't think we need that. We can sell unrefined magicite. Yeah, you can have all that. Whoa, did we really making that much money? Very nice. We'll buy all of your gold. We shall buy all of your gold. And that's pretty much all we want from them. We accept. Oh my gosh. Things are kind of going wrong, folks. Things are kind of going wrong. Blur has fixated his rage on Jesse. He will follow Jesse around and hurling insults. This happened because of poor mood. The final straw was hungry. Okay, now I'm getting pissed. Now I'm getting pissed because we have rice, we have meat. Why aren't you people eating food? Eat the food. What the heck is the point of having the food if you're not going to eat the food? Eat the damn food. Now I'm getting pissed. I'm getting tight now. You're getting me tight now. Look at him. Blur's out of control. You don't have to take that, Jizzy. No. Drop your weapons. Blur is no longer in an insulting spree against Jesse. There you go, Jesse calmed it. Jesse ended it. Very nice. Oh my gosh. Look at everybody eating at the table. What the heck is Bill doing? Look, he fell asleep at the table. That meal must have been good, Bill. Look at him. Bill, that meal must have been delicious. He fell asleep at the dinner table. Look at him. That meal must have been next level. He's healthy. So he's definitely not dying or anything. It's just literally there. He just literally ate a meal and then fell asleep at the table. The lights are still not on. I don't know what is going on, folks, but it's starting to get me tight. Like, there's food. They won't cook it. They won't turn on the lights. They won't refuel the campfires. Are they really backed up on work or what? Should I just let them work a little more? It's starting to get me tight.
I get those goosebumps every time. I need the Heimlich. Throw that to the side. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you're not around, when you throw that to the side. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. 713 to the 281, yeah, I'm riding. Why they on me?
I don't understand, folks. Everybody keeps getting food poisoning because they're not cooking the food. Something glitched? I keep getting error? What is this error thing that keeps popping up? Go away. Sheep? What's causing the error? And now what's going on? Meatball is on a fire starting spree? We can't have that. Okay, Meatball is on a fire starting spree. Okay, Jesse, beat her up. We literally can't have that. I don't know. I don't care that she's pregnant. Somebody stop her. Okay, Meatball is now relaxed. This is BS, folks. Feels like I'm barely having control over this. We need to grow. We need to thrive. We need to build our lair. How are we going to do this with all this mess? Alright. Let's quit the complaining. Let's do some work. Hopefully they get it together soon here. We need to get to... There goes the meals. Wait, are we cooking meals now? Where did all of our meat go? We had hundreds and hundreds of units of meat. Now it's gone. We're low food again. Do we just need more food? We just need more food? Okay, then how about hunt all these boars? Hunt every single boar on the map. Don't tell me we don't have enough meat. This is ridiculous. I think Meatball's eating all of our food. Oh my jeez. I'm getting stressed. Now I'm getting stressed. This is supposed to be a fun game. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you're not around, when you throw that to the side. I get those goosebumps every time. So we got wild boars. Some sort of psychic wave has swept over the landscape. Your colonists are okay, but it seems many of the wild boars in the area have been driven insane. Isn't that in the Bible? Jesse's by himself dealing with the boars. The boar menace. Not the boars, but the boars. Look at him. Uzi by himself. One man in Uzi against all the boars. You get him, Jesse. 9mm. Get wrecked. That was awesome. That was freaking awesome. Okay, now take one of these and go butcher it. Okay, never mind. Why do you always have to be so inefficient, man? There goes Jesse. Now we'd like to get started on Meatball's nursery room. But yeah, look, as you can see, like, they won't even clean this up. Like, I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Like, all this is all dirt, basically. You see all this on the ground? That's all basically dirt and stuff. And once they're done doing their main duties, the pawns should go around cleaning up everything. See, this was all bloody, but now it's clean. So I'm guessing they are just backed up, because they are cleaning them. They're just backed up. It's just bothering me a little bit. Okay. Let's just let them work, I guess. I want to get to the next thing. Shuttle arrived. Finally! Get this guy out of here. This guy's been a freeloader this whole time. Get this guy in here. You can carry Wade to the shuttle. He came here to visit, and he's been asleep ever since. It's ridiculous. Okay, you can go now. Quest completed. What do we get for it? Oh, that's right. We get a pretty interesting. I think we get a look at this. This is what we got out of that quest. Psylink Neuroformer. Basically Elon Musk's Neuralink. A consumable Architect created device that forms or upgrades a Psylink in the user's mind. The user presses the device over their eyes where it links to the brain directly and restructures part of it. Afterwards, the device disintegrates into worthless ash. Who should we give mind powers to? Bill, obviously. Duh. We need to make sure he's stable. But yeah, we're definitely giving Bill. 3 of your colonists have gotten sick from flu. If it's not something, it's something else. It's not one thing, it's another. So they're all going to be... Meatball is in labor. We were unable to make a little nursery, but Jesse, go and No, don't. What's Meatball going to do? Where are you going to have the baby? Meatball's in labor. Oh, Meatball's on the ground. Jesse, go return her to her bed. Is that her screaming? What the? Where's Meatball? Somebody help her. She's in labor. There you go. Feed her some meat. Feed her some raw meat. Yes, this is good. Jesse is feeding raw pork to Meatball while she's pregnant and in labor. Kale Samogi, thank you for the super chat. Says Meatball. Oh, gross. I mean, that's beautiful. A healthy child was born. And on this day, a healthy little child was born. A newborn of Bond, baby Squog, is a pigskin, the same race as Meatball. Well, he was born a slave. Is it a male or a female? Today, this baby was born forgiven. Amazing. Mini Meatball. Meatball just gave birth. Somebody put that baby in a bed. Okay, this is pissing me off. What the hell is this? It's starting to piss me off. What the heck is this? Okay, what is this? Oh my gosh, this is unplayable.
original. We can build upon the ill form and keep all your brain cells warm.
Hocus pocus, yo, what's the focus? Weak techniques should speak, the shit is bogus.
Even in a mortuary, science of bloom, as I seek the null from the womb to the tomb.
Yo, deadly, deadly, yeah, get ready. Here comes the styler, wilder than Freddy. Cause the Kruger, boom, I do ya. Just to let you know, grave diggers coming to ya.
That stinking rotten, your brain cells forgotten the past. You had your boomer eyes picking cotton. Now you hate your naughty hairstyles. I guess you figure the texture is too wild, child.
2 cups of blood, boy.
Some kind of bug. So draft everyone and undraft them is what the Google says. So hopefully that worked. Some kind of bug. Yeah, we're on the spooky playlist. I mean, everyone is so busy they can't even take a baby off the floor. Like, I don't know what to tell you folks, but we just gotta let them work more. It's wild. How do we have 6 slaves? It's crazy. It's crazy. How do we have 4 slaves and nothing's getting done? It's so hard to find good help. Bill's in a horrible mood again. This episode has been a slog fest, folks. Slog fest of the mundane. Alright, folks, I gotta call it. I got something to do. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of Plantation. We got a little Plantation in there. And we will be back. I'm planning on a long Plantation stream this week. I'll hit you up with more information on that. This is a fine place to leave it at. With Mini Meatball born, Little Meatball. That's nice. Soon you will have your nursery. We have meat again. We will pay attention where that meat goes, because it's not being made into alpha jerky. They're not eating it because they're starving. It's not being cooked. So I don't know what's going on. We got to deal with the inefficiencies of our plantation. The main rooms of the lair have been carved out of this mountain. That's good. I'm happy for that. I'm thinking our issue is our storehouse is full and everything's getting glitched up, so we need to just extend our storehouse. So we'll do that next. So that's what we'll do on the next episode of Jesse's Plantation. That's it for today, though. I got something to do. We got more show for you tomorrow. Normal American Anchor Baby. Country Western Tuesday. Joel Friday. And the Hake Report. Don't miss it. Alright, y'all. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm out. Take care. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. We'll be back, obviously, the rest of this week for more Bond content. Take care, y'all. Appreciate it. And all the super chats and everything. Thank you so much. Tune in next time for Blur's Witch Trial. Hey, take care, y'all.